But anyways, talking about big men moving places because that got out of hand quick. Bismack Biyombo lit it up in Game 3 of the Cleveland-Toronto series, grabbing 26 boards, and obviously had a huge block in Game 4 against K-Love driving to the rim. Is he gonna get a max contract?
Yeah, he's getting 17 to 18 mil. Do I think he deserves it? No, but some team is gonna take all this. The term that I've heard, and I'm gonna attribute it to who I heard it by, Doug Collins, had the best name for this influx of money that we're gonna see. He's gonna get a ton of funny money just thrown right at him.
Yeah, the great thing about funny money is it's still the same money at the end of the day. It doesn't matter the fact that, we get this windfall extra cash to throw around this year. He's still going to get paid. And no, hell no, he does not deserve this.
No, he doesn't.
He has had a average year for a backup player in the league. And he had this one, breakout appearance this playoff series. Honestly, it reminds me so much of last year's Tristan Thompson, in which he blew up in the playoffs. And, that's great and all, but then coming out and demanding so much fucking money, $82 million over 5 years. Are you goddamn kidding me? That's what Tristan Thompson got. And that's from a similar performance. Yes, they didn't go as far, but still, disgusting amounts of money for a big who then is going to slink back down to, virtual average. And we're talking, Bismack put up worse numbers than Tristan. So I don't even know. This makes me so angry that he's going to get paid.
I want to make one comparison before you jump in, Sean. Is anybody in front offices or GMs out there listening to the podcast? Because we know you listen.
Of course.
And you're thinking about signing Bismack Biyombo. I want you to pick up the phone and I want you to call the Seattle Seahawks because I want you to ask them how that worked for Matt Flynn. That's what Bismack Biyombo is going to be. He had one good performance. He's going to get a ton of money, and then people are going to be going, why did we pay him that much? Why? Just a little crossover between the sports there.
I think Tristan Thompson who is a great example staying in the NBA. I mean, the same exact size, 6'9", came out in the same year, 2011. Tristan Thompson was drafted 3 picks before. I mean, similar production basically before. I mean, Tristan Thompson was even better before that, and then obviously he had a better postseason. I mean, I'll make the argument for Bismack just because you guys are so against it. I will
say, shit on this all day. I'm sorry.
I'm going to clarify this by saying he should not get a max contract. He should not get paid.
But if he does,
funny
cop
money.
out. That's a cop out, man.
I'm literally just prefacing that I said I wouldn't pay him this.
Okay.
Yep.
But I'm making the argument for it. He's 6'9", he's got the size, he's already got the weight on him, and then if you look at him, he's only 23. I mean, the kid's still young, he's still developing, and obviously if he's shown that flash that he can grab 23 boards, I think he might be able to develop into a guy like Hassan Whiteside, who can be a guy who's a complete rim protector. I mean, he's averaged 1.8 blocks, was his highest, and that was in his rookie year. I mean, if he can get more consistent playing time, then he might be able to get up around 2. I mean, he could be a rim protector. He's got a decent field goal percentage. It's going up. I mean, in 2013 with the Charlotte Hornets, he had 61% shooting from the field. I think if he works on that offense and if he gets more consistent, if he gets more consistent possessions, because I mean he only shot around 3 times per game. If he gets more shots up, then we might see that point percentage going up, and obviously he can grab the boards. I think he can be possibly 12, 10, and 5 player. I mean, not 5. He's not averaging 5 blocks. A 12, 10, and 2 player. I mean, I think he could be a decent center for you. I think he might be worth the money. I'm just making the argument for him, and this is the argument that GMs could see.
If he had that many blocks a game, would his finger fall off with all the wagging that he'd be doing?
Oh, Ricky.
Or would Mutombo come over and cut it off by that time?
Mutombo might take a little offense at that point. But no, I mean, to be fair, he was only averaging like 22 minutes a game this year. So, yeah, there is still some more upside to the stats if you play him for a full 30. And honestly, one of the biggest things you have to keep in mind about this, you say he's 23, but he, again, has been in the league this was his 5th year in the league. So I don't know if you give him the minutes, we're going to see that much more out of him. I don't see a ton of upside. I think, let's stretch out his time to 30 minutes a game. He's going to get us like 7 points, maybe. That's about it. 7 points, 10 boards, probably. Yeah, 7 and 10 doesn't deserve $15 million a year. That is absolutely egregious. And I understand that everyone will be getting paid more now. And you have to keep that, everything is inflating, all the contracts across the board. We were going nuts when Gordon Hayward got that big contract a couple of years ago. But at this point, it looks normal. It's like, oh, yeah, that's totally fine. Bismack Biyombo might just be that new standard of normal. I mean, these numbers are all just going to keep growing, keep ballooning up until I don't even know if they're going to stop. I really don't. It's just going to keep getting richer and richer.
The thing is, no matter what we say, he's still going to get the money, whether he deserves it or not. I mean, he had a fantastic Game 3, and he had a huge block on K-Love in Game 4. People are going to remember that, and people are going to say they want him. My favorite thing was Bill Simmons just on his Twitter saying, fuck it, Celtics, throw everything at Bismack Biyombo, $200 million for 4 years, give him everything, I want him on my team. I mean, he was fun to watch. He's fun to watch.
He is.
And, I mean, if you're a bottom dweller, and if you're like, oh, we need to sell some tickets, yeah, fucking sign Bismack Biyombo, because he might sell some jerseys. I'm not saying he's worth it. I'm not saying that he's gonna live up to the hype. I'm just saying that he's gonna get it no matter what we say.
Who do you think's interested in him? Who would have some interest? Everyone.
I mean, yeah, he's a young center. I mean, and maybe not everyone. Who I
the
could Spurs
see?
Probably aren't, but like
actually, the Spurs totally are.
The Spurs would be.
I'm gonna throw out a team that would totally be interested in him. The Bulls, because they're so fucking stupid at this point.
I apologize, fans. We are a Chicago-based podcast, but he has a point.
Like if Powell and Noah leave, they'll just be like, fuck it, here's money. We need a big guy. That's what they'll do.
It's a similar conversation to the Nerlens, but he's worse than Nerlens.
Yeah, I would trade anything for Nerlens before giving Bismack Biyombo a max deal.
You could also say though, Nerlens is.
I don't think max, but over 15 million or something.
You could also say 18 mil. What they're saying.
Nerlens has been starting for a Sixers team who's terrible, and Nerlens was one of the main focus points of that offense just because that team was so terrible.
Yeah, give me that over
this could
Bismack.
be the
Bismack has never been that focal point, and he's shown potential. I mean, we've never seen his full potential.
This could be like the whole Michael Carter-Williams thing, where it's because you're the best player on the worst team, your stats are inflated. Mm-hmm. You're not as good as you think you are.
That's the thing against
That's a
Nerlens.
Concern. So I think Nerlens is legit who he is, though. I don't have that.
Can I throw this
issue
out there too?
I guess.
How many opponents was Bismack Biyombo playing this past series? One. That could play into it. When you're scouting a team,
I don't follow.
When you're playing one team night in and night out, and you only have to scout that one team.
Yeah.
Of course, you can have a game where you have this many blocks and this many rebounds, because all you have to worry about is, okay, I go up against this big guy and this other big guy on this same team during an entire season. I just played the Jazz. Okay, now I got to play another team. You're not playing the same thing over and over and over. So that could be another reason why.
So exploiting the matchup.
Yeah, he exploited the matchup. Exactly.
So then they obviously found him exploiting the matchup and took him down.
And that's why he's going to get big money.
But to be fair, you pay people money to get you wins in the playoffs. The regular season, who gives a flying fuck? Let's be honest. You just need to make the playoffs to have a chance. And that's the reason they're seeing this hope for him is, if he can blow up in the playoffs against a top-tier team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, then he can do it against anybody.
I think, all right, now the more I think of it, maybe the Spurs, just because they brought in Boban. Boban was kind of the same thing, but Boban was just...
Boban's got hands the size of my chest.
Exactly.
But who's leaving the Spurs? We don't know who's leaving yet.
Well,
Is Timmy finally retiring?
He may not. We don't know
Because he's saying
yet.
right now, whatever, I may come back.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long summer for him.
The Lakers might be in contention just because they do have a lot of money, and Roy Hibbert's their current starting center. So maybe they want someone to try to be
Roy Hibbert.
Maybe they want
the ghost
someone
of
there.
Roy Hibbert.
I don't.
I said you wanted vets. He's a 5-year vet.
I think there could be.
Oh my God.
Just throwing that
I'll give him it. I'll give him it. That was kind of funny. That was a good one. I mean, I look at a team and I would say what team would not want to sign him? I mean, what team wouldn't want a guy who could be energy off the bench? But again,
what team wants to drop $15 million on him?
Yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't drop $15 million on him. But then again, there's not a team that I wouldn't say, yeah, he would. They wouldn't sign him.
I feel like confidence is going to be high.
Except for the Raptors.
The Raptors are going to walk on that deal. Because they got JV on their team.
Yeah.
Bismack's confidence is going to be high this offseason, and he is going to be feeling it after this. And he's going to have a set
number in his mind. Even after just getting railed in that last game.
Yeah, he's going to have a set number in his mind. And it's basically, agent, here's what I want. Go do your business. And that's what it's going to be.
I'll be excited to see it. I mean, wherever he lands, he'll have some impact, but yeah, I don't feel good about it.
The more we talk about it, I think the Tristan Thompson comparison just lines up, perfectly. I just think that Bismack might be a worse Tristan Thompson